Good morning, children. How are you? Yes, I am also fine. So now, this is our second video of this chapter, coordinate geometry. In the previous one, we have read about what is the coordinate geometry, where it is being used, and many more uses. See, in class 9, a little introduction has been given, but its range is very vast. It is very vast, that range is there. Okay, means many things are just possible because we have a knowledge of coordinate geometry. Many things you have seen, it is written here in the blue words. It's written here in algebraical, computational geometry, then it is used in physics, aviation, rocketry, and everything is there, space science. So that is very important topic. Okay, in the previous one we have seen the introduction about x and y axis, plane, and what is plane, that also we have come to know. Okay, so now here today we will discuss about, yes, we have read about that Cartesian system also. In that, x and y, x, y, z, many types of, sometimes it is flat also, one dimensional, means only there will be one straight line. This type of thing is also there. We have read. Now today we will discuss some new things there. What is that new things? So this is one plane, you may see that also. What is the plane here? So this is called plane. See, plane is a flat two-dimensional surface that extends infinitely far. Okay, this is called plane. This can go in this direction as well as in this direction, in this direction as well as in this direction. So this is called plane, which can extend infinitely in all the directions. Okay, then it can be, see, a plane is it can be two-dimensional, it can be a line, means one dimensional, or it can be three-dimensional, means x, y, and z. Here see, this is x, y, and z plane is given here. This is x, this is z here, this is x, and this is y. Okay, so but in this class 9, always remember that the vertical line is always y axis, horizontal line is always x axis. This is always your y axis. Okay, we'll now learn something about these axes here. Okay, so this is called space, this is called plane. Okay, and this is the main important thing of the coordinate geometry there. Okay, now we have done introduction about x and y axis also. Origin, don't forget that origin's coordinates are always, the coordinates of origin is always 0 and 0. The coordinates of the origin is always 0, y is also 0, x is also 0. Okay, and the order pair is, first of all we write the x and then y. This is called order pair, okay, of writing geometry. Now next thing, the quadrants. In this we are going to study about, this is called quadrant. Okay, this is called quadrant. Why this is called quadrant? Quadrant means what? Quadrant means the fourth part. This is the whole plane. Yes, see, this is the whole plane here to here. Okay, and this has been divided here in 4 parts. So that's why each part is called quadrant. And best thing is that on between x and y, they are perpendicular also. These are perpendicular also. Okay, so each quadrant has angle equal to 90 degree. What is the use of this quadrant? Okay, see this, what is the use of this quadrant? This is called the first quadrant. This is called the first quadrant. In this direction, the x is always positive and y is also positive. That is why they have written abscissa means x and ordinates means y, positive and positive. Remember these things. Your abscissa and ordinate is positive in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant here, abscissa means the x1. When we go in this direction, x is always negative. It is always negative. And in this direction, x is always positive, either upside upside or downside. X is always positive, but in this direction X is always negative. Okay, now so in this here, in this second quadrant here, abscissa means X is see negative and this Y is positive. So remember that also, that Y is okay, Y is always positive in this direction and it is negative in this direction. Okay, so this is the first. Then what about the third one, third quadrant? So in that third quadrant, see, in this third quadrant both are negative. Yes, see, X is also negative, Y is also negative. That's why abscissa as well as ordinates both are negative. Whereas in the fourth one, the last one, abscissa is always positive, ordinate is negative. Suppose that they have given -3 and 4. Okay, that means abscissa is negative. Abscissa is negative, that means we are on the left side, we are in this side. Then ordinate is positive, that means it is in this direction. So which is the quadrant? This is the quadrant. This point will lie in this quadrant number 2. Like this we do this. Suppose next one example also we can take. Suppose that it is given that -6 -3/2. Okay, -6 and -3/2 both are negative. X is negative means in direction, Y is negative means in direction, means point is in this direction. So this is quadrant number 3. So in this way we just find out in which quadrant it is lying there. One more thing is that if the point is on either, this point is, suppose that either on y axis or x axis, then it will not lie in any quadrant. If the points are especially on the x axis and y axis, they will not lie in any quadrant. For lying in quadrant, they have to come out from the axis. Remember these things. Okay, now the next topic, equations of x axis is y is equal to 0. X axis means point is on the here x axis. Obviously on y axis it is equal to 0. So always remember the equation of x axis is that y is equal to 0, and if we go for the equation of y axis, in that case x will be 0. Okay, so see here what is given, that P be any point on the x axis, then clearly for all positions of P, the same ordinates 0 or y is equal to 0. Understood? Sorry, same thing I have said. So that is why y is equal to 0. This is very important. This line is very important. Okay, now the next slide. Okay, now this is called graph paper, and this we have to use. Okay, now see one thing here. First of all, see nicely. This is, first of all we'll draw the x and y axis. So suppose this is my y axis and this is my x axis. I have drawn. Then you will observe that there is equal distribution. One square is there, everywhere squares are there. These are called the big squares. Okay, and they have equal divisions. Suppose if you want to write 1 2 3 4, that means this will be the 0 origin. 0 to 1, if you take this as 1, then this will be 2. Okay, now suppose that if you have taken this is 0 and you have taken suppose this as 2, then this will be 4. Means we have to take equal divisions. You have to keep in mind. Suppose you have taken here this 3 and this will be then 6 here. Okay, so first thing is clear. Okay, now what is the use of this small ones. These small ones are there, na? See, these small are there. So what is the use of this? Okay, see that also. Before that, one more thing I would like to say here. Between 2 and 4, see this small line is here. So what is the average, means what is the middle point of 2 and 4? 3. So that means this is your 3. When you have to go in the direction of y, 3 points, that means this is my point here. Here I have to go. Okay, this way we decide the graph. Now what is the use of those small divisions? See that also. Now see one thing here. Okay, let me expand it. Okay, though it's not very clear, but even then we can manage. Okay, now see here one thing here. If you count this, you will see that this is 1 point, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Total is here to here, its total is 10 small squares, or you may say it is division also. It is, this is from here to here we have 10 small equal divisions. Okay, that means what? It's very useful. It means that suppose that from here to here you have taken 3 and this is 6, then what is the value of one small square? Okay, now for that we have to subtract the maximum minus minimum divided by number of divisions. Here it is 10. So this small point represents 3 by 10, or you can say it is equal to 0.3. So in this case here, it is each small point is 0.3. Now suppose if I have to write 3.9. okay, suppose that if I have to write 3.9. okay, so see in this type of graph how it can be taken. Here to here, everywhere it is having 10 equally. Here anywhere you can take. So this is here, suppose that this is here, this is 3 and this is 6, and I have to write 3.9, and one division means one division is equal to 0.3. clear? That means I will count. This is the first division, 0.3, 3.6, 3.9. so this is my 3.9. like this we do the graphing. Okay, like this we do the graphing there. I hope you might have understood this. So basically this is your coordinate geometry. First we read about all these planes, x-axis, y-axis, and then finally we found the graph. And you know that very well what you have to write. If any point is given in, suppose this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis. If any point is given here, so first of all I will write my x and then I will write my y. This is the rule there, don't forget it. Okay, so this is what we have learned today in our coordinate geometry class. Now this chapter is end. Okay, whatever is given, if any doubt is there, you come in our online classes. I will explain everything. If any doubt is, I don't think any doubt will be remain there, but even then if doubt is there, you can just ask us. All that from all the teachers, us means all the teachers, they all will cooperate you and you can find the solution there. Okay, don't miss any online classes. Be regular, be punctual. Until then, all of you take care and stay safe. Okay, thank you very much for joining the class. Thank you class, thank you very much.